Hello, 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 hello. It's been a long time. Oh my goodness, y'all. Everything is everywhere. Um, our kitchen is almost finished, and I'll show you a little snippet of that. But all the things are going, like I said, we've had some big bumps and we're still getting through them. Nothing perfect. Honestly, raising teens is not easy, and I had to take a step back so I could focus on some things. And not only that, but the kitchen and all the things. So today I thought I would give you a cool little video on things that we use, what worked, what didn't work, all of that stuff, what I'm getting rid of. I will be posting these on Facebook Marketplace. If you would like me to put them in the community tab, let me know, because I can post them on there too. And probably also on my Instagram stories, so I can clean out all this homeschool stuff in the midst of trying to do all the things. Now, mind you, these are things that I have had probably some since I started homeschooling 6 years, oh my gosh, 6 years ago. And so yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. Some things I will talk about, some things I'm not gonna bother talking about. Okay, so and there are some things that I'm just giving away. Yeah. So the first thing I will talk about is American Lit, because this is something that I got for my sophomore this year, and this is by Sunlight. Now, you get the teacher's book and you get the kids book. It comes with this cover, and you get all the sheets you need for the whole year. Okay, so this did not work out for us. In our busy lifestyle, him reading and us discussing was not happening. And so therefore, that did not work for us. That is something that I'm not getting rid of, because I feel like my youngest, who's currently in the 7th grade, might be able to use this when he gets older, because then his brothers will most likely be in college or doing a gap year, and we won't be, doing all those things. And so I'm trying to cover up this Disney thing on my shirt, even though I don't know if that matters. But yeah, so that's that with American Lit by Sunlight. We started, I do like the layout of it. I do like that everything is scheduled for you, all the information. As a mom, you don't have to be like, what the heck is this book about? It is really all there for you. I do like the way that it's laid out, but like I said, it just did not work for us where we are right now, okay? And at this point, he is shifting to Christian Light Education Literature 1 that his brother is also using, because he was not a fan of American Lit any books. I do have some books here that he started reading, and I will talk about all of that as we go along. And so the first one I have here, Scarlet Letter. This actually goes with Knotgrass's, I believe it goes with Knotgrass's American History, which is one of the things that I am getting rid of. Exploring America, Knotgrass. This is book 1. And Exploring America book 2. Now presently this is like an old edition, because they have a new edition coming out. And there's also Not in Their Words. This is To the World Lit, which I'm also most likely I might get rid of. And so for me, it's not that I didn't like Knotgrass, it's just that I don't see me using that in the future with my youngest. So worst case scenario, if I have to purchase it again for like a homeschool group or something, I'll bite myself in the butt. But for right now, it's going. So I believe this is one of the literature things that goes with it, the Scarlet Letter. And I could have used this American History as his American Lit and all of that, but he was doing something else. So yeah, if I would have thought about it, I would have used this, because he did world history with Knotgrass. And so I could have just used the American. Yeah. So, I don't know. But yes, he started reading this and he was like, it's about a girl who, I don't even want to explain it the way he said it, but basically she did too much and she had to wear an A on her chest. And like, he was like, I don't want to read about that. And that was kind of his comment. So I'm most likely passing this book on. I've never read this book, believe it or not. There are a lot of things in high school that I didn't read, only because nobody challenged me in high school. And so, yeah, go figure. Yeah. Anyway, but I don't really have a desire to read this, so yeah. It's probably going to be a giveaway. There's also this math book that I'm getting rid of. It's mathematics, and this is one of the illustrated history of numbers. And it has 100 things that you kind of talk about. This is like a cute addition to math if you want to use it. It's ponderables, 100 breakthroughs that change history, who did it, what, when. Of course, these breakthroughs are all white American men. And so for me, it was fun to do it, but I was kind of like, I feel like the world with books can be so colorblind. Anyway, but that's that. And it comes with like a timeline, which this is kind of cool. Timeline of the history of mathematics. But it goes into not just mathematics, but science, world events, all of that. So that's pretty cool. And then there's also another thing that you get with it, where it kind of goes over all like math things that you're talking about. This is pretty cool. Even this being pi, showing you like the entire number versus what we look at it as. So that's a cool book that I'm getting rid of. Another things that went with Not Grass, humorous stories and sketches. That goes with Not Grass. Let me not talk about everything. The Imitation of Christ, he used this for world history. Mama's Bank Account, we did not read this. These things are all like brand new. That went with Not Grass. The Narrative Life of Davy Crockett. I might, yeah. A Cricket in Times Square. My kids did not like this book. Started new. Okay. All right. Also, another one. My middle kid did like this, from the Mix-Up Files of Mrs. Basil Frankweller. My middle did like this. My youngest didn't like this, so we moved on. Okay. Some of these books I will just be listing to say like, oh, if you buy something, you could just grab this book for free. Some of these will be it. It's Ronald Reagan, another Daniel, well, that was Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, Lewis and Clark. We have already done these in our earlier years of homeschooling, so we did read these. Yeah, those will all be going free with purchase. So, Coetch, did not read. This goes with Not Grass. Finding the Hero in Your Husband. This was a good book. I don't know if I'm giving this per se away. I don't know. I might. So, it was just in there. In His Steps. This is by Charles Sheldon. This is actually a book I wanted to read, but I don't have time to read. I feel like I'm so mad. I wanted to read so many things this year. I'm actually currently reading The Grapes of Wrath because I wanted to read that book. So, yeah. Miracle in the Hills. I'm reading a lot of things currently. You want me to do a video on them? Narrative Life of Frederick Douglass. Both of my older ones have read this multiple times. They had it twice, so we've read it twice. Something else that we have had that I haven't really used is these history timeline notebooks. Now, my youngest is doing, I do know next year, we're doing African American history. So it will be fully African American history for all of my sons, except for my oldest. He will be doing African American history, and then civics and economics, civics and government, civics and, you know, those senior year credits. And so yeah, I have one of these for each of my kids, and so these are just something we haven't used, but something like I am holding on to because I don't want to get rid of them because I might still use them. All right, we finished Cursive Logic, and I will say that I do enjoy this program, and I do have a separate video for this that I already recorded that I just didn't edit, so that will be dropping. I will have that for you soon enough. Spanish Avancimos. This is book 2 for Spanish. I don't know if I'm necessarily getting rid of these because I don't know what my youngest is going to use for Spanish. And then again, I might get rid of them because I think that because my oldest still has to take Spanish 1 and because he's going in the 8th grade, I'm considering next year for him to do his Spanish 1 credit for high school. So I am still thinking about all of that. We use this textbook. He did this with a co-op. The only thing I could say is I don't like that the whole entire book is in Spanish. The teacher's edition, they do have the English thing, but most of the writing in the book, let me not say, most of the writing in the book, it's like they're in the middle English, but let me say that again. This is all Spanish and the outside is English, so the teacher's thing is here, but mostly, you know, the book is in Spanish. And for me, I was kind of like, kind of like I don't speak Spanish. And so I'm thinking about, I don't know whether it's called Flip Flop. It's not called Flip Flop. I'm thinking about Talk Box Mom and excuse me, Spanish. It might be Flip Flop. There's another Spanish one. I also have Schoolhouse Teachers that I have full access to for a lifetime. That there's Spanish on there too, so I might end up using that. I'm trying to really pull from sources that I already have next year because one wants to dual enroll and the other one might be doing online classes, which, you know, when you get into those online spaces, they cost money. Okay. Teacher's edition, The Art of Argument. My 7th grader did it this year. Debating whether to get rid of this. I might, because the reality is like he might not do it again. He might do something to expand off of this, but I don't know. Maybe he will do it again because I feel like in 7th grade, and this is a high school course, and especially wanting to go into law, it's like and it's a good book. We enjoyed this. Once it gets past the heavy in the beginning, the end was more enjoyable as far as the fallacies and all of that. So that was, yeah, I definitely enjoyed this course. Later towards the end, in the beginning, I feel like if you were going to teach this to your kids, I would make the space to read and reread and reread because it could be a lot to take in as far as like the different fallacies, and this is this type of fallacy, and it could be a lot. So good course, but you just have to really be able to familiarize yourself with the whole terminology of like the fallacies and all of that stuff. So yeah, I threw these here, but they're garbage. At Denison, they send these you know, books with the answers in it so the kids can use them, but I feel like the answers are online, so I feel like you don't really need these books. I literally barely open up these books, so these are officially going in the trash. I will say that my 10th grader is on chapter 13. It only goes to 14, so he will be done with geometry in a few weeks, and so I am trying to order his algebra 2 because we're just gonna get right to it. And so yeah, and he is going to use Denison only because we're going to be doing some SAT prep math books on the side too, so it will be like, yeah, that's what that will look like. And so I do have the algebra 2 solutions. I'm not going to keep this either. I'm going to throw it out because like I said, I already have to order another one and I will completely get this whole book again. So yeah, kind of a waste of paper. Yeah. All right. But very thorough because everything is covered. If you didn't know, Denison's grading sheets now come as a PDF, and they don't come with in the book with your things anymore. So yeah, that's that. We're still going. About 20 minutes in, y'all. I know I'm crazy, and I know sometimes people are like, I'm about to click off. Okay. Anyway, y'all see this down here? Because we about to get in it. All right, first things up, I will say, I never wanted to get rid of these, but finally, I'm probably going to give these away. They are called Guest in 10. This is the states of America, and this is the countries of the world. This one is going first because I want my child to, before he finishes seventh grade, to memorize all the 50 states and capitals. This is something that we have done geometry more than once, and he really didn't focus on it. So this is something we're going to do as the year is ending. He has to finish his grammar first and probably writing before we dig into it, because now I'm at this point where, and even heading into my next year, like doing more than 5 subjects a day is not on my list anymore. So, and it's been working way better. So I've been loving that. 101 Things Every Boy Needs to Know. This is a cute little book. Topics: know your limits, do not be afraid to ask for help, you are what you eat. Just little things that I'm also giving this away. Then I have all the manuals for Knotgrass. This is for Exploring America. I believe all of these are still, in full order. World history is not. So, if you didn't know, this year I decided to go with the Critical Thinking Company for history, and I'm loving that. That makes my life small lessons, but working on critical thinking and really seeing where your information comes from. I'm loving that. As far as history, I have this that I'm getting rid of, Encyclopedia of World History. I do like the layout for this. This is more so for a younger kid, I would say. Definitely under 5th grade, 6th grade the most, but yeah, like 5th grade. So that's that. I have another knowledge encyclopedia world history. This one I would say would be great for like middle school. This looks a little bit better. We use this a lot. I enjoyed this. It's time for it to go. I have another world history encyclopedia that I'm keeping. So it's like I needed to minimize. And so this is what's happening. Like, even though I could keep it, I'm like, girl, it's got to go. I have to minimize. And mind you, trying to move a whole homeschool room, it's not fun at all. Some guitar book. I'm just going to give that away to somebody. The astronomy book, DK, the astronomy book. This I'm also getting rid of. It just gives you like a lot of information. These books I have always, I only bought this because it went with his other astronomy book, which is Exploring the World of Astronomy, which is what my 7th grader used for his astronomy course this year. I have things to say about these books. So first of all, The World of Astronomy. This is a Master Books book. I probably already said that. But this was boring. I hate to say that, but it was just facts about all the astronomers, and it went from planet to planet. Now, is it very detailed? Yes. But if you have a child where you're just saying to read this book for information and going through the numbers and what stars and the telescopes and the planets and the moons of the planets and the all of that, and just all the breakthroughs in astronomy and the people of astronomy like Galileo and let me see who else is in here. I know it's like Galileo, like your regular people that are Mars. It basically goes through all the planets, telescopes, deeper into the universe. Kepler is in here. There's a lot of people in here. There's a lot, but the bigger astronomers are in here. Copernicus, and I did enjoy his projects that he had to do for the last part of the year. Now, when it comes to the DK astronomy book, just these, these books, I forget. Yeah, Big Ideas, Simply Explained. I don't like this branch of DK. I'm sorry to say. These have always been like it's okay. It's like, it's not my layout that's really drawing me to this book. So it doesn't really do it for me. And I love DK. So yeah. Next that I'm getting that's going for my house, Breaking the French Barrier. If you are interested in doing French, this is a whole entire course on French. This is by Breaking the Barrier, and it's an online course. You will have to order the audio that goes with it, but it's like untouched, still in the plastic, because French didn't work for us. And so yeah, I'm also getting rid of this. It does come with the audio online. You have the whole book to fill out. That's also untouched. And yeah, that is French. Next, I have Health and Apologia. I got the prices on some of this stuff. Health and Nutrition book. This, I will say, I am not a fan of Apologia anymore for their high school courses. I feel like if you are going to use their high school courses, you definitely need to label them as honors, because the workload is heavy. It's a lot of reading, on top of taking the notes, and all of that. Now, I will say that Apologia Health and Nutrition, it comes with a student notebook, and we enjoyed the projects. I will say Health and Nutrition, the projects were great. Like really as far as your inner body and all those things like that. I do have a flip through on my page if you want to see this, but I enjoyed as far as we got in this. We did not complete the whole thing. I used half of the book for 1 year, and we started to do the other half, but then we changed our mind. Now we're using Not Consumed Health. And for next year, I am almost 100% sure that I'm going to use Gather Around Health for next year. Next is the biology textbook by Apologia. And like I said, this is a hefty dude. And through Venmo, you also can get the video thing. You also can get the audiobook. I've had some of their audiobooks. I don't know if I have the audiobook for this, but I usually buy them because you can listen to the audiobook in the car. So audiobook is great when you have a book this size. Yeah. So for me, it was a good journey with Apologia, and that journey is over. We probably won't use any more Apologia for high school. This, somebody makes a purchase, they're going to get this for free. This is the Earth, and this is a master books chart. It is beautiful. It goes from the Earth, and it goes all the way up to the tippity top of the sky. So it's a nice little thing you can put on your wall. Next, Christian Light Education. So I have the teacher's book and the reader for level 5. I also have the 605, the teacher's book, the book 605, and I have the reader for level 6 for Christian Light Education. So if anybody's interested in these, I will also be posting these. Yep. And so yes, I'm definitely trying to clean out. I have another thing, Planet Earth. This is the same thing. It's the knowledge thing, the knowledge encyclopedia. These are really nice encyclopedias. Same layout as the history one. I'm almost thinking like, yeah, this can be a bundle. Okay. And I might throw the Earth thing in there with the bundle that I just showed you, the poster. And let me put them together since now I'm thinking about it. And so, yeah, things have been going in the house and life and all of that. So I'm trying to keep positive and just keep moving. And I really am, because it's so much going on. And you know, in life, you only can do but what you can do. And so, yeah, you only can do what you can do. And so next is Bible infographics. I don't know if there's a difference. There is a difference, but I think there's 3 books in total. So I have Bible infographic for kids, light and dark, heroes versus villain, different things. I wanted to keep these because I was like, oh, I could use these for my notes, but I was just like, let it go, Francis. Let it go. Let it go. It's like you want to hold on to everything, but it's like there's no reason for you to hold on to it. Just let it go. Let it go. This is another book, Save My Seat. My kids read this over the summer. The Secret Zoo. I will say, we did not finish this, but we loved book 1. And Homeschooling, the teen years. It's a decent book, I will say. Lots of information in it. I think that if you have, I can't remember the name of the book. Sometimes I feel like these homeschooling books can be repetitive as far as setting up your environment and what to do with your kid and how to approach it and how to do this. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, also getting rid of this. Homeschooling the teen years. This is free with the purchase. It's called Great for God. The Giggly Guide to Grammar. This has some writing on the inside, but it is a whole book that goes through grammar and all of those things. Yeah. The one grammar book that I'm not getting rid of is Grammar for the Well-Trained Mind. That's a good idea too. Would you like me to do a video of the things that I'm keeping? And then I can talk about them. And if you have any questions about those, I could also answer those questions at that time. The next one is U.S. presidents. My younger one read through some of this when he was studying the U.S. presidents for studying the songs. Would You Rather Christmas. This is also going to be free with a purchase. If you're studying ancient history, Greeking out the retelling of Greek myths. It's great inside, color, good pictures. This was a good book. My son enjoyed this. He was not really into Greek gods, though. It was weird. I was like, usually kids like this stuff. He was not into Greek gods at all. It is what it is. It is what it is. Next, we have Fun Schooling, the Thinking Tree, the writer's journal. And so inside, you get stuff to put dialogue. And you ask the questions about screen, you watch something and put something in there. Creative writing, plans and priority. And then you have listening time, create a comic. There's a lot of activities in here. Reading time, words. So there's a lot of things in this book that you could use if your kid is interested in really writing challenge. And so my now storyboard book of the day, my now interested in architecture and psychology, was interested in writing. Things happen, Hatchet, reading guide. I use this a little bit. My son really didn't like the Hatchet. We got halfway through that book. So this is a study guide for the Hatchet. And so, yeah. Infographic the Grammar. Good resource. Just goes through little things. Nothing deep or anything like that, but it's a good visual if you need a kid that likes visuals and wants to read it. Next, Argo Prep, Social Studies Daily Practice Workbook. This is for social studies. This definitely is probably on par with the public school system as far as what they do for social studies in their 6th grade year. I got this free to share, and we read over some of it. Didn't necessarily write in it, so that was that was that. Because again, he was doing classical, the memorization, so we weren't really doing like the work in the book. So yeah, but it's a nice resource. Also, I have Latin for Children, the book, and the teacher's book and the regular book. The kids book does have writing in it. In the first 7 pages. After that, it's blank. So there is the children's book and the teacher's book for Latin for children, primer A. That's something else that I got from somewhere, and I'm like, I'm going to sell all this stuff. And so for anybody that's interested in any of it, again, I will try to do community tab. If somebody says they're interested, I will. If not, I'll just be doing it on like Facebook Marketplace and Instagram stories. So if you are on Instagram and you're going to be waiting to see, it will be on there. So, you know. All right. So guys, I am just happy that, not necessarily that the year is over, even though it's coming to an end, and looking forward to just finishing things out. There are some things that my kids have finished. There are some things that they haven't finished. And so I'm just trying to move forward with where we are at and continue the things that we haven't done. Like I said, for some, they're done math. My 2 are happy that they're done their classes with their homeschool groups, because for that, it's like we're done for the year. We don't have to do anything else with that. And they are happy for that. So, yeah. Which gives us more time to really focus in right now. If you have sat through this video, thank you, because I appreciate that. And as I put things out, don't forget, check the community tab starting next week. All right, check you out. I will see you in my next video. Bye.